B52.
Start to finish, best it was. Well, this one kind of rush because it was actually back here 2 years ago and we had some kind of problem with start so doing it again. But basically 5 to 6 people. Pretty much, yeah. In between, and when they get taken off to do other things, when somebody comes up with a higher priority, but
We don't have any tow bars that big.
no. Unless you're moving to B52, you wouldn't.
No, we got a B47.
That's close.
Every time I've seen a B-52, you know, most every time it's been fuel.
Yep. Yeah. This one with no fuel in the wings, they generally that's about where it sits, except when the wind hits it just right and starts rocking back and forth.
It was modified to carry the X15.
Yes, and that's the pylon there underneath the wing, you can see. And this is actually the oldest B-52 still in existence.
Wow. You got another passenger commercial plane over there.
Yep, that's a DC-9, or that's actually the Navy version, the C-9.
The pylon's one next to the fuselage.
Yeah, exactly. On the regular ones, that would have been for a missile or for bombs. But NASA modified it for the X-15 program.
How old is this aircraft? You say it was the
This
oldest
one is a 1952 build.
A 1952 B-52.
Yep.
Let me guess, it was made on May 2nd. No, I'm just get it? May 2nd.
That would be too good.
That's too serious.
Yep. It's
Oh,
A very historic aircraft. They didn't have action before he had to get in the cockpit.
yeah, he got in on the ground and then they carried him up.
yay, I touched it.
What do you could use down where
This is the oldest B-52 in existence. It was built in 52. That is one big plane. If you can imagine the B-36 being a little larger, I think.
Yeah, all the time. Our business ship, we looked at it. About 94% of our business ships are out.
The only thing these are good for is getting them.
Fortunately, the internal structure is in pretty good shape. It's mostly just the seals. Yeah, the internals are good, but the skin was really starting to rot out, particularly the magnesium skin. Those they use both these things. Yeah, we don't try to
These
replace magnesium.
turn in.
No, and the aluminum will last much longer. And it's much cheaper. Aluminum ain't cheap, but it's still cheaper than magnesium sheets.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully, once the My favorite factoid about the B-36, if you go from the center line of the cockpit out to the wingtip, that's the exact length of the Wright brothers' first flight.
No kidding?
Yep. Almost to the inch.
Why such a tall tail?
It's needed it for stability. Yeah.
Flying Eye Hospital, wow.
Just due to the load, eh?
Yep. And how high they were flying and
Oh.
Hey guys. Yeah. The horizontals gonna drop. Well, the bushing came out with this one. The other one it didn't. I just pulled the bolt out. The bushing stayed. Well, I had 50%. Okay, I've got to get a tab back there. It'll take up just a little bit more, okay? Double check this out. Brake loose. We got it.
You got that breaker bar? Okay.
All right, pick up a little bit on. Oh, there we go. Bring her down to your breakaway.
Just better.
still think the rear is lifting up. The rear has to come up before they can ever jump. You think it's up forward? Might be a handle inside we might be able to reach. You think it's up forward?
What?
He's talking. He's doing a live video feed to the guy who's a crew chief. And he's got an idea it might be something up forward. And I see. So he's got a live connection with a guy who knows what he's doing. He's going to give you some advice. Cut that off. Looks like a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking at? Rick, what are you guys looking at?
I just looked up Boneyard Safari on Facebook. I just liked and followed Boneyard Safari. Because
Very
we have
good.
to pay you money.
Rick's in the way. Rick. You're fine.
Hello, I'm Rex Heffron from the Pueblo Weiss Aircraft Museum, Pueblo, Colorado. We are here today, in the next few days, to help
This is live.
prepare the F-15
I think we're gonna do some practice ones first.
90022
Let's find out. Hey Rex, what are you doing?
transport with the F-16 80499.
Now action, okay.
When this, right now it's up in like this.
Right.
Right? So there's bolts that go all the way through inside here. And you see where we took the nuts off?
Yep, I can see that.
So those go all the way through.
Okay.
Like this. So then you gotta flip it the opposite direction and pull those bolts out.
Through.
Yep. So what we do is we just tighten them up. So you take the nuts off one side, and then when it comes up, you tighten up the other nuts, and it'll draw that bolt out.
Just don't want to do it, huh?
Okay.
So it's
No matter how hard we
going in is a lot easier than
Coming out, right.
So is this,
Yeah, go and look under
this
there.
is the nut here?
Yep, that's one of them.
You got
That's
a
one of them,
special
yep.
tool to remove that?
We've never had one that's tight
Oh.
because there's two keeper bolts in it. So they put the bolts in it and they just run it down by hand, and then you just undo it like that.
I was told by somebody you needed a special tool to get this and then put it back on with a special tool. It wasn't that complex of a tool, it couldn't be made up.
Yeah, if it ever is tight, you just put a punch right here.
Yeah.
and just drive it around. Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
We just walk through and take pictures, is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free.
We're building a wood replica of the Spitfire.
Oh, okay.
And they were one of the things they're working on trying to get Phillips like this.
Yeah, that's always an interesting compound curves to get out of the metal.
It worked out the way to do it. I think the plans built.
Yeah.
That 34 to realize that.
Yeah, it's about
They sure do have a lot of workspace, don't they?
maybe 50, a little more original.
Well, this one was started by one of our members of our museum who was originally from Holland. I've been in the Dutch.
Look at that they got. A little crane like this.
Looks like they got a place for a crane, but I don't see one. Oh, this crane here, I was there.
Where is everybody?
That's a really good question. Oh, here's Lou now.
Look at a little wood shop back here.
It was finishing up lunchtime.
Ah.
It's a nice workspace.
Well, I'd have to say so.
So now I'm on their list as a good number to call.
Sawman.
We're struggling with our space to do stuff, you know. We've got a regular size hangar for light planes.
Sure.
We shoehorned in a A4.
Okay.
I've taken the top of the vertical stabilizer,
Right.
and the rudder.
Sure.
And,
So it's just getting polished and cleaned up. Not a whole new paint job. We like to try to get 15 to 20 years out of the paint job. By 20, it looks like it. We use automotive. It's so much cheaper than aviation grade. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are actually from a company in California. To clean up a couple of our this one, Johnson. Vice President. Yeah, this one came in towards the end of Kennedy. So we toured on a couple of times. This one, I don't know. So we did have stuff like that. Oh, okay. A little bit earlier than this one.
That looks like an oven kill. What is that?
It is a paint booth.
Oh, okay. Figured. One of the two.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
You don't have to take the wings off the thing here.
No, we just had to tow it over here.
Hey, that looks vaguely familiar, doesn't it?
Well, they're in the same unit.
Yeah, well, yours is an A also, so yeah, they're the big ones at the same time. We have Arizona Guards, they all fly out of Tucson International. Really? That's the only place that they have to
Before that happens, skin the rudders and ailerons.
Yeah.
And it's still that way when we were talking about maybe it runs off.
Oh yeah. So back here is more storage of stuff. Next carrier project. Just waiting, wings up front, we're just waiting for time to put it back together.
There's a bunch of your larger main gear wheels retired to replace the
Yeah, we've been replacing a few. It's a Curtis Hawk. That's actually a fairly recent arrival on the loan to us from the Marine Corps. And let's see. Back in the back is another P40 fuselage.
You don't have any C-130 parts laying around you're not using by chance, do you?
Like what?
Landing gear knob?
No.
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 We got a notice on that. And also the front glass, the flat center windshield.
Right. Let's see, what else?
P38 nose.
That is a 820 nose. Yep, and there's the rest of the 820. And then the Marines decided that wasn't such a brilliant idea.
And what is that? What is that again?
It's based on the QH-50 drone. It's called the Wyron gyrocopter or rotor cycle or something like that is I think what they called it.
Doesn't look cheap.
No, well, it was built for the military, so cheap.
Rugged as that thing.
This is it does actually have contra-rotating props?
Yeah.
The rotor's actually driven.
Well, I bet that'd be fun to fly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little seat there for you to sit
the
down.
Marines basically just decided they had no use for it. They had nothing to do with it, so.
Some general's boondoggle, huh?
Yes. I don't know if we can get back to the back of the room right now.
Yeah, the lights on that. Nice. Interesting airplane.
It is. Did some very interesting stuff during World War II. So, let's see. Go back around. It is a Champagner, I think. If I recall that. Yeah, I think that's what
I've flown a Squadron 126.
it's actually that is the first 727 to fly a commercial flight.
No kidding.
Yep.
The very first
The
727.
very first one to actually carry passengers.
Aww. You're gonna have that displayed on there, aren't you?
We will say something about it once we get it into restoration.
Oh, poor plane.
Yeah, it's looking a little sad.
Is everything all still inside of it?
Yeah, it's complete inside. Exactly the way it was after its last flight.
Can we go inside?
Unfortunately, no.
Darn it. Oh well. That would be something to see. Just stopped in time, huh?
Yeah. Picture a very, very dusty airliner. And you got it.
Probably a few spiders too.
And a few other things. Anything that's managed to find its way up in there. C97 and an L1011.
Now see, this is starting to look a little bit more like home back here.
Planes, huh?
Well, I try. And what I don't know, I make up.
Is that N number 70040?
For you.
Oh, for you. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is, I believe, the 5th one built.
And this is the first 727 that carried
The first
commercial.
one to actually carry passengers. Yeah, on a paying flight. So we're.
So you have a lot of these doors for some sort of army storage. Here on the nose.
That's a very common thing.
First Iraq War was credited with shooting down a